that's where we are.
Oh, we're underwater. Welcome back.
Hello.
So what part of this is... Oh, there. You can chop open starfish.
Yeah. Do you know, remember the shells and stuff that we...
Yeah.
The stuff that we had to break?
Yes.
Yeah. Now it's...
But now we're in a completely different area?
Yeah. So remember how we were in that first world and then we went to...
Steampunkish type
world.
And now she's back in her normal clothing, not like an underwater sort of bathers thing.
Yeah. Because, you know, why not have bathers on, I guess.
I don't know.
That's the button.
So this is supposed to be the underworld section, I would assume. Have you leveled up? It seems it looks like you've got more health.
I don't know. I don't think I did.
Or maybe you get more health the longer you go.
Could be.
So do you know what part of this is supposed to be about Alice, or...?
No idea. I don't remember in any underwater part of Alice at all.
Probably didn't even get that far in this, did you?
No, I got this far. Because I got up to the Red Queen, or whatever her name is. You know, the Queen of Hearts?
Yep.
Yeah. I got up to the card part. There's a card part.
Okay.
Where, you know, you got to fight people that look like Tweedledee and Tweedledum but aren't quite Tweedledee and Tweedledum. That's not what I want. That's what I want.
I always forget Tweedledee and Tweedledum is from this fairy tale. Is it from this fairy tale?
Yeah, Tweedledee and Tweedledum are the two twins.
Yeah. I always forget that. Because Tweedledee and Tweedledum are in Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
And I always forget it's from this fairy tale. Alice doesn't appear in it.
Is it actually a fairy tale or is it just a story? But would you call it a fairy tale or would you just call it like an...
What, Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah.
Is it based on a true story?
No, like just like a fiction. Would you call it a fairy tale though? Like what defines a fairy tale?
I suppose depending on who it's written by. Okay, Google. What defines a fairy tale?
Hello. What? Sorry.
You're right.
There's a strange looking...
A fairy tale is a type of short story that typically features folkloric fantasy characters such as dwarves, dragons, elves, fairies, giants, gnomes, goblins, mermaids, trolls, unicorns, or witches, and usually magic or enchantments.
So yeah, I would consider this absolutely a fairy tale.
So pretty much anything in the realm of fantasy is a fairy tale.
I would assume so, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I also have a funny feeling if it's written by particular artists, also would be considered a fairy tale. Like, I can't remember who one of the more... prominent ones are. Like,
Grimm.
Of all your Grimm fairy tales. Is that actually the person that wrote it, though? The Brothers Grimm?
I don't think they wrote this. I think they wrote the others.
Because I don't think American McGee actually wrote Wonder. It's just his. I'm guessing
his take on it, I believe. Fucking
famous fairy tale novelists. Sure, that'll work. No.
Famous
fairy tale novelists.
Hans Christian Andersen. Yep.
And others.
And others.
So Hans Christian...
Yeah, Hans Christian Andersen, that makes sense. What did he write? Oh, I got a horse.
Little Mermaid, Frozen.
Did he write Frozen?
Oh, well, the short stories that probably actually, you know, what was Frozen.
Oh, that was the Ice Queen story, wasn't it?
Short stories by Hans Christian Andersen.
You've just obtained the hobby horse. A smashing hit.
It reminds me of the Hobby Horse. Seriously?
Yeah.
Isn't that in Scream Cheat? And you can see.
Yeah.
Maybe they got that from this. He wrote The Princess and the Pea.
In the Peach?
In the Pea.
The Pea?
You know, the story of the princess laying on 17 mattresses and she couldn't get to sleep because the one thing that was underneath it was a pea.
Oh,
and that's how they found out she was the princess or something. I don't know the exact story. The Emperor's New Suit, The Red Shoes, The Fir Tree, The Ugly Duckling, Thumbelina. He wrote The Little Mermaid.
Is this still Han Christian?
Yeah.
Yep.
At least this is what it says here on the web.
Oh, I'm frozen. Oh, never mind.
I get it, because he wrote the story for Frozen.
No, I meant like I was literally frozen.
I know, I was being a smartass. Children's literature and travelogue. That's what his genre is.
But like
Born on April 2nd, 1805 and died August 4th,
Oh yeah, spend my teeth.
1875. He lived for 70 years, which is
Oh.
a big thing back then.
Yeah, I was about to say, not a bad life. And no, I can't upgrade anything at the moment. I've got no
Okay,
teeth.
cool. Yeah, the Snow Queen. The Nightingale. Nightingale.
Dead frozen mouse.
That it is. So is this actually an underwater world or is it a frozen one?
I think it's a frozen tundra now.
Okay, so it changed because it seemed like it was underwater before.
Yeah, but I think now it's frozen.
Yeah. Let it go. Let it go.
Pig snout.
Can't hold me back anymore.
Pig snout.
Let it
Pig
go.
snout. Pig snout.
Let it go.
Did you ever watch... Actually, you probably didn't because you don't have Netflix, do you? Do you?
I have Netflix. I just don't watch it that often.
Did you ever watch the Seven Deadly Sins show? The
No.
anime?
No. I watched, I think, the first episode when it was first out, like when it first came out, and it just didn't pull me in.
It's one that it takes a little while.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It's a good show. They've just recently, or Netflix say they recently released season 2.
Okay.
Not actually season 2. It's
Volume 2?
Well, it's a OVA
Ah,
short movie
Yeah.
type thing. It's like 4 episodes long, and they're calling that season 2. Which is kind of annoying because I got excited because I'm like, oh, season 2, and then it turns out it's not actually season 2. But still good. It's still good to see Netflix still bringing out more content. They've got a shit ton of shit coming this
Well-
year, Netflix.
it's funny because when Netflix first came out, it was probably still around the time. This is like basically what you're using here is like a Warhammer type thing now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. Bit more extra power but slower. Makes sense.
Yeah.
You can combine the knife. That's actually a pretty cool mechanic that you can combine the knife with the Warhammer, like it's like light and heavy hits.
Yeah.
Light attacks are heavy attacks. I like that mechanic actually in these type of fighting games. So when Netflix first came out, I feel that Blockbuster and Video Easy was still around.
Yeah, Blockbuster was offered to buy, Netflix offered for Blockbuster to buy them.
And they went, no, because you will never, it's a wasted thing, you know. It will always be around because people always want to lend DVDs and that. And then, you know, the new millennia came out, and, you know, the new generation of people came out where they don't want to go anywhere. The internet got better, Netflix flourished, and Blockbuster no longer exists.
Yep. Netflix do a DVD service, though, apparently.
Yeah, they do. I don't know if they do it.
They don't do it in Australia. It's only in
Yeah, I
America.
was going to say, I don't think they do it in Australia.
You know what Netflix also does?
What's that?
They don't like trilogies. If you go onto Netflix, guarantee, mostly in America, but I think Australia's store's slightly different.
The Australian one sucks.
It'll give you the first movie of a trilogy, the third movie of a trilogy, but not the second movie.
I did notice that, actually. I'm not even going to lie. Austin Powers. I wanted to watch the Austin Power movie, and they had this International Man of Mystery and Goldmember.
But they didn't
Have The Spy Who Shagged Me, and I'm like, they did. They put it on recently.
I did that.
So there's the 3 of those movies there now. But
Australia store's a lot better for it. New Zealand one wasn't much better because it had...
Can you slam on the ground there?
That's what I'm thinking. No. It had 2 of the Hobbit movies. Like the first and the third Hobbit movie, it didn't have the any of the Lord of the Rings movies. It just had the first and third Hobbit movie. The Friday movies. I got to get up there.
Oh, Friday movies, dude. That's awesome.
It had the first and third Friday movies.
Wait, there's a third Friday movie? Oh, that right, the Friday after next.
Yeah,
That's right. They had Friday. The next Friday is a strange. It's a weird movie. Have you ever watched Friday?
No.
So literally, most of the movie is outside the front of Ice Cube's house, or there's a little bit inside, but most of it's outside his house. Ever watched the first Clerks movie?
Oh yeah.
But you know how the first Clerks movie pretty much just takes place inside the store.
Yep.
Very similar aspect of Friday. They're pretty much the entire time sitting out the front, smoking weed.
Sounds good.
And then you got Devo. Man, I might not be an educated motherfucker, but to me, it looks like you're taking a shit.
Feels like I should do something here, but I'm not 100% sure
Pigs now?
what.
There's no going on at the moment.
Not that I can hear.
I feel as if that
This? You're feeling,
is
you're feeling the same thing I'm feeling. I'm just not seeing how it's supposed to... Like, that seems a bit...
like out there.
I'm pretty sure none of this is... Oh, hang on. Let's try something here.
Oh, I was going to say that normally gives you hints. There you go.
Okay. That. Ah, right. That makes sense.
Oh.
Right, there we go.
Was there a through the keyhole thing for Alice as well? Because there's several different stories for Alice, isn't there?
There's, like...
Three?
The Looking Glass, there's... Alice in Wonderland, and I think there's a third.
Okay, Google. Alice in Wonderland stories.
There we go. Look at that. The mathematician that wrote it.
Apparently, makes sense.
How's the mathematician part make sense?
Well, he probably wanted to bring out his creative side out of being a mathematician. It's all theory.
Yeah, that's true.
We
You do have a point. Well made.
are at the end of this episode too. Have you figured it out?
I figured out that part.
Oh, cool. Excellent. Well, we'll end the episode here today, and then we'll move on to the next one. Obviously, how this series works, being completely obvious there. And I'm going to look up more Alice in Wonderland stuff so I have some stuff to talk about, because now it's intrigued me. Alright, bye.
Bye.
Down the Rabbit Hole, Chapter 1. Pool of Tears, Chapter 2. The Caucus Race, and A Long Tail, Chapter 3. The Rabbit Sends a Little Bill. Advice from a Caterpillar. Pig and Pepper. The Mad Tea Party. The Queen's Croquet Ground.
This is all just chapters in it, isn't it?
I would assume so. That's how it works.